welcome to a new episode of The Right Track. Today I have Tim Sabatino. He's an artist, director, and photographer, and he's had a really, really amazing career, or should I say has a really amazing career. I cannot wait to ask him a ton of questions. In fact, I've had to narrow them down because he's done pretty much everything under the sun, but today we're going to focus on his main gig, music videos and photography. So, Tim, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is really awesome.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad you could make it. I know we had to reschedule once or twice, but here you are.
That's okay. This is great studio.
So, in your words, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, well, I definitely consider myself an artist. I started as a child painting and I never stopped, so I'm still a professional artist, but that has evolved into photography and then directing and producing music videos. And I love working with musicians. I love shooting album covers and any kind of social media or promo that musicians need. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. But I think my favorite part is making music videos. You can be so creative with that.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I've seen a few of your music videos, which were really cool. Very colorful. Sometimes not, like, still images of the artist with very, very, very cool backgrounds. Are you a background guy?
I like aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to make them, as attractive as possible. Mm-hmm. So it depends. I mean, some music videos are in black and white, so it just depends on what you're doing. Can I tell you my process?
Yes, that's my next question. You read my mind. Yeah, what's the process from start to finish?
So when a music video or when a musician contacts me and they want to do a music video, the first thing I ask them, first of all, what song, and then I ask them to send me the lyrics, and then the most important thing is, what do you want that? First of all, what does that song communicate? Mm-hmm. What do you want it to communicate to your audience? Then what do you want the music video, the visual, to communicate? Mm-hmm. So my job is to put a visual idea to that song, because most musicians don't. A lot of them do, but a lot of them don't have an idea of how they want the visuals to be. Mm-hmm. So I try to create a story that communicates what that song is supposed to communicate when somebody watches it, and then it just has to be aesthetic. There has to be something that grabs the eye, something that's attractive.
Like what, for example?
I mean, it could be the wardrobe, it could be the makeup, it could be the set, the set design. But overall, it's a combination of everything. You really want all of that to be striking.
So as many elements as possible, striking as they can be.
That's right.
Striking as in different?
Yes, interesting.
Yeah. So when you, for example, you first work with an artist, you have them send the lyrics, you listen to the song, you figure out what the artist wants to communicate, and then what happens? Well,
we usually have several meetings, sometimes many meetings.
Sure.
Because I want to understand fully what that artist wants that song to communicate.
Can I ask you, you said some people don't know, some artists don't know, and in that case, do you help consult? Do you help guide them into what they should?
Absolutely. I'll work with an artist. We'll go on location scouts. We'll get ideas together. We'll brainstorm. That's what it's all about. It's just a collaboration of creating together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then sometimes I just shot three music videos for this artist in New York. She flew out here. She wanted to shoot in LA. We shot all three of them back to back. She knew exactly what she wanted. Everything. Props, wardrobe. She was very, very specific. She had everything planned out and everything written and exactly. So that kind of limited my creativity a little bit, but I knew exactly what she wanted. Yeah. So I just had to basically, produce it.
Now, like you're saying, it does kind of bring the creativity away from you just a bit. Of course, it's easier when they have a specific idea, but do you prefer when it's 50-50?
I prefer to be involved in the creation process.
Yeah, okay.
That's my personal preference. Yeah. I don't think all producers are like that.
Yeah.
But I also direct. I direct every music video that I produce.
Yeah.
So that to me is awesome.
Cool.
Because then I really get to collaborate with the artist, because not always are the singers in the music video.
Yeah.
But mostly they are. I would say most of the time. It's probably like 80% of the time that they are. And yeah, I like to collaborate with the whole thing,
Yeah. And so you guys figure out the treatment for the
Mhm,
video,
mhm.
and then you start to shoot, right?
Yeah, well, I can go over the whole production process.
Sure, I'd love to know about it.
After we we get an idea, we know what we want, then we'd make a storyboard.
Mhm.
So literally, step by step through the whole thing of all the visuals, and it's just like drawings or snapshots.
Okay.
We go on location scouts. I do it either myself or we do it together with the artist. And then if there's other people in the music video, which is very often, then we do a casting.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll cast actors or models or whatever they want in the thing.
Yeah.
And then we have usually a whole shopping spree of props. So, depending on, we had a giant bomb in the last one. We had furniture.
I saw that one, the big,
the
long bomb. That was cool.
Yeah, like the World War II bomb. There was a bomb.
Yeah.
That was a real bomb.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got it from a prop house in Shadow Hills. Yeah.
That's would make me nervous.
Yeah, it's not. Obviously, it's not.
Right,
it's
active
not
or whatever.
Active,
but still,
but it's a real old bomb.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So. And so, the process as it goes. So you shoot, and then.
So then we shoot. I have my crew, and my crew are like family. That's very important.
Yeah, crew that you trust.
You want
you like.
Your efficient, ethical crew. People who's not going to show up hungover. People who's going to show up on time. They do the job well. People with experience.
How many people?
It depends on the size of what's happening.
Do you have like a DP? You have the people that hold the.
I have a DP, gaffer, electrician, like my whole crew. People who've been with me for some 15 years.
Typically, like 4 or 5.
I would, that's a small crew.
Yeah.
4 or 5 is a small crew.
Yeah. Well, on the music videos I've done, they've all been about that size. So you're talking a bigger crew then.
Yeah, I think a little bit bigger. I'm lucky you have a wardrobe stylist, a makeup artist.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Hairstylist.
Part of the exact.
So there's 3.
Yeah.
And then you've got your DP. Your DP has a first AC.
Yeah.
And then you have a gaffer who has an electrician and a grip. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have 2 grips or 3 grips. So I think my music video size is like 10.
Okay.
For the crew.
Yeah.
And it usually have 1 or 2 assistants and people helping out doing stuff to make it more efficient.
Yeah.
So some people out there they want to hoard the money to themselves and try to do everything. Yeah. Don't do that. Right. As a director, as a producer, don't do that.
You got to outsource some stuff.
You need the crew. If you want to achieve a lot and efficiently and get a lot done, you need a good crew.
Yeah, so, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Don't try to cheap on the crew.
I know some photographers and people who do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so on let's say the day of, right? Or days of, what's your job? What are you doing? Were you running around telling everybody what to do? Or do you think that you have it so solid that you don't need to? Or
well, no, I always give a lot of direction on the shoot to the crew and to the cast. Okay. And to the client. There's a lot of particles in motion that have to be under control. They have to be sometimes if some person arrives up on the many times they arrive on the set and they're just there to do their job, but they don't know what's happening. So we'll meet up in the morning. We'll go over the storyboard. We'll go over the shot list. We have a whole shot list. So that way, and I'll have my assistant who, checks off everything. Make sure you don't forget something. Make sure you don't leave something out. Because it could be one little shot can mess up the whole story because it could be a shot that ties together something. Yeah. So you cannot, you cannot have one thing go wrong. Or not be up to par, I would say. Yeah, it's very rare that something goes wrong on one of my shoots, but if you have to be able to, pick it up and figure out what happened. If something happens, you have to be able to be like, okay, let's do it this way. It has happened. I was shooting a short film one time in a cafe called the Charlotte Cafe on La Brea. We did this amazing little short film, but there was one important section where the sound didn't work. The sound was off. Oh, no. We had to go back to reshoot, right? Ugh. Yeah, for this one because see, all your parts need to be music videos. You need to worry about sound. So that's a great thing about music video. No sound. You got a pre-recorded song. Yeah. So we went back, and this Charlotte Cafe had shut down.
No.
Closed the doors.
Stop.
We couldn't even go back and reshoot.
Oh, so what did you do?
We just had to can the whole
Oh,
job.
no.
Yeah. I mean, this is 25 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
You live and learn. You make
right.
those mistakes.
But there's still probably things that are out of your control. A moody artist, for example. Who maybe is not, taking direction or a cast that's out of control.
Okay, you make sure that your cast and crew and everybody got some sleep the night before. And you make sure they have food.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, that's big.
The simple thing on the set, you make sure everybody is well fed. All the time. Yeah. I provide breakfast, lunch, dinner if you have to. Snacks, vitamins, protein, no sugar. And these
are all worked into the budget.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And do you edit the videos as well yourself?
Okay, sometimes. Now, I do have a pro editor who's been with me for 18 years now. That's all he does. This guy.
You want to give him a shout out?
Edits per Olin.
Okay.
Per Olin. He's amazing. Yeah, cool. 18 years he's been doing my editing.
Yeah, so well.
Now, there's that time that you get a low budget music video, and I can't afford my good editor, I will edit it.
Okay.
So,
So you can. You do.
Yeah, absolutely. I've edited a lot of those music videos on my website, yeah. Some of them I'm very proud of. I would say my personal best editing job is this Israeli singer. You'll see that on my website. Yeah.
Okay.
Hodaya.
Cool.
Hodaya.
Yeah.
It's a great editing job. I mean, I showed that to my editor, and he was like, "You did a great editing job."
That's awesome.
I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, approved. So, I've noticed that more and more as we develop as a society, the edits are faster and faster. I mean, nobody can keep an attention span of more than a couple seconds, right? And so I'm seeing music videos, blah, 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 blah. You never really stay on the same shot for too long. Do you find that is a trend?
I think it depends on the kind of music.
Okay, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Totally. Yeah, I think, obviously some are faster, some are slower.
Yeah.
There's one of my clients is a Poppy Iris. It's a country band. And one of them, it's a duo, and one of them's, or a duet. One's in Nashville and one's here.
Okay.
And their stuff is much slower. The editing is slower. The songs are slower. They're kind of like love songs. They're happy, like really happy.
Yeah.
And they're it's a pretty steady. It's not shortcuts.
Yeah.
They're really nice. But then the dance stuff is super fast. I think it just depends on the music, and that's another thing. Is that I never know what kind of music is going to come my way.
Right.
So, everything from country to rock to the electronic, whatever, all these different things. And you just have to take it. Okay. I can't be selective and just pick and choose, what kind of music I want to do.
Yeah.
Because my job is for the artists.
Right.
Whoever it is. I love the creation of a music video.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any preferred genres of music that like lend themselves towards your best creative mind?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's kind of all across the board.
Just eclectic.
It seems like all different kinds of jazz. I've done a lot of jazz. But jazz isn't I like jazz, but it's not my favorite. But I get a lot of jazz coming my way.
Okay.
Like a friend of mine, Mindy Abair, saxophonist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I saw her perform in somewhere. Not recently, but in the last couple years.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing.
we're very good friends.
Cool. Oh my gosh, awesome.
Like 20 years.
Cool.
And she sends me people, and she's in that jazz world.
Yeah.
So she'll have a friend who needs a music video, and she'll say, "Hey, call Tim Sabatino," and she'll send it my way. I'll make
referrals, baby.
Yeah,
that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, now for my big question: what's the craziest thing that you have ever done in a music video, or had someone do? Right? What's like anything crazy? And the reason I'm asking this question is because I did a music video in 2017 where it was like kind of a depressing one. I'll be honest. I stood on the edge of a building and was like, "Is she gonna jump?" But I mean, I really was standing on the edge of a high-rise building in downtown LA. And my friends who were actually film people, they were like, "Did you have a safety harness?" My response was, "What's a safety harness?" They all went, "Oh my God, you really just stood up there with nothing?" And I was like, "I don't know, But I mean, have you ever done anything that was either dangerous or just really avant-garde?
Yeah, for sure. One of the jazz music videos that we did was on a helicopter pad downtown LA.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of that. on top of a sky rise, like, I don't know, 40 floors up.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, here is sometimes as a producer, you need to get what you can get. You know, you need to pull strings and make things happen,
right?
You know, out of thin air sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, my buddy was the manager of the building, and the building was under construction. It wasn't even open yet.
Okay.
And it was like apartments and office buildings and stores on the bottom. And so there's construction everywhere, but the helicopter pad was done, and my client wanted a helicopter pad. So I had 25 extras.
Wow.
Yeah, 25 extras, actors, dancers,
yeah.
You know, and models, and some of them were celebrities, and we all showed up. Had to find parking downtown. All got together with the crew. We had a couple cameramen, the whole thing, and we had to go up these stairs all the way up to the top.
Upstairs, not even an elevator?
Because it wasn't done yet. It was, I mean, this thing was...
How many stories? I mean, flights?
I was around 40.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then we all
everyone
got
there sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to the top and shot it. You know, you had a super fun music video at the top. You know, I think you know, this recent music video I did for this New York girl. Mm-hmm. She has some really strange ideas. But her music videos and her songs communicated what she wanted to communicate. I mean, they're very different.
Yeah. And
so I would say the strangest and probably most uncomfortable was her music video. We rented a mansion from Sue Wong. She's a fashion designer here in LA. We rented one of her mansions in Los Feliz, and because she had the perfect kitchen, she had a huge dining table to recreate the Last Supper. Ooh. So we recreated the Last Supper. So we had a bunch of models. So we did the casting. So we had 12 models to be the disciples.
I see.
And then we had cast a guy who was Jesus. Fahim was his name. And great actor. You see him in movies and stuff. And but it was very the song was about her when she was addicted to psych drugs, and she was put in a psych hospital but she overcame it, so she got out of it and she got off the drugs. So the whole story was about that, but it was her visions. And the disciples are passing around like a plate that had like a heart, a bloody heart, and brains, and then it also had things like needles, like heroin needles, and it had like sex toys, you know, vibrators and all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah. And it's, you know, and it was a little bit embarrassing. Oh, you know, so because you know, I'm like,
the content is a little uncomfortable. Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable, but I get what she was saying, you know. But it's not a music video. It's on my website, but it's not a music video I can like send to my family and say, hey, look. Right. But I'm proud of it as a creative piece. It's great, you know. So
but it's art. Art is art, right?
It's art. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so tell me about the photography side of your
Okay, so career. I started in photography before the music videos. Yeah. I've been a full-time photographer since 1994.
Yeah. I read that you would photograph people so that you could later paint them.
That's right.
And that's how it started.
So that started in high school.
Yeah.
In the 80s. Yeah. So, because I've always been an artist, and I took basic black and white photography, and like I was like 16 years old. Yeah. Developed the negatives in the dark room, you know, the whole thing. That was only so I could photograph like my high school girlfriend or my friends or people, so I had a photograph to paint from. That was my initial purpose for learning photography. Sure. Fell in love with it. Next thing you know, it became my career in 1994 when I was 24. And I've been shooting ever since. Yeah. And that, I mean, I did a lot of actors' headshots here in LA because that's definitely bread and butter. A lot of work, and I love working with actors and other artists and shooting. Yeah. Then they went into musicians. Now, the first musician, this is crazy, the first musician I ever photographed was Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What a gig. Yeah.
She hired me to shoot her album cover. She ended up using my photography from that shoot for two of her album covers. And then she hired me to shoot her tour book when she went on tour. This is like right around 2005, 2006, I think, right around that time.
Yeah.
And what was great about that was I had never photographed a celebrity of that caliber before. It really boosted my confidence. She does not work with anybody. She does not work with a lot of people, photographers, whoever. So the fact that she trusted me and she asked me was a big deal. Yeah.
How'd you get that gig? I'm curious.
Word of mouth. We knew a bunch of the same people. I knew her daughter.
Okay.
And we had some of the same friends, and I used to hang out at her house in Malibu. Yeah. That's when she asked me. She like literally just walked up to me and asked me, and I was like, oh wow. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I've seen your catalog of photographs, and you've photographed lots of, well-known celebrities and everything. And I'm sure growing up in LA, networking can be big. But I mean, how does one build their portfolio to the point where they get to even have access to that type of celebrity?
Thank you. Yeah, that is something that you have to put it in, you have to make it happen. It's like I had a realization in the mid 90s. I knew a lot of photographers, and a lot of them shot celebrities, and some of them weren't that good photographers, but they shot celebrities, and I thought they were making good money. I thought, wow, so if you have celebrities in your portfolio, then you're going to be busier and you're going to make more money. So I thought, well, I better try to shoot some celebrities. Yeah. And I mean, I think if you're a good photographer and you have celebrities, which I hope I am, then you're even better off.
Not that you need my approval, but I approve. Yes, you're a great photographer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Literally, here's the thing: it definitely helps being in LA to shoot with celebrities because I love them here.
Yes.
But there's a lot. If you have an opportunity, you have to take it. Yeah. So, I'll give you an example. So I was asked to shoot Terrence Howard. Mm-hmm.
I saw those shots.
Yeah. He was great, and I ended up shooting him twice. Mm-hmm. And I was asked by a charity, like this charity. Like I didn't get paid to shoot. Oh my gosh! Wow. But we did a whole campaign for children with cancer at the Children's Hospital. Okay. And we did the shoot there at the hospital. That's where I met Terrence. Mm-hmm. And so my point is that's an opportunity. Like if somebody asks you, a charity asks you, hey, look, you're not going to get paid, but you're going to get to shoot, do it. Of course. You don't know you're going to get out of that. Yeah, who you're going to meet or whatever. Another time, so I was in Hollywood, and I was at a bar called Bardo. Named after Bridget
I played a show there.
Oh yeah, it was a beautiful place, right?
That's awesome.
I'm just standing there watching the band play.
They're the ones with the trolley in the back, right? Yeah. Am I right?
I think so.
Bardo. It's got like a burlesque vibe.
Yes.
That's I do remember
that's
that.
It's a gorgeous club.
Really nice. Yeah.
I'm standing there having a beer, and this guy's standing next to me, and he's having a beer, and we just start talking. We're enjoying the music, And I'm like, what do you do? He goes, oh, I'm an actor. Oh, cool. I'm a photographer. You want to shoot? Yeah, sure. Because we hit it off. He's like a really nice guy. I didn't think anything of it. Yeah. But I had a good feeling about him. I thought, like, this guy's cool. I want to shoot him. Yeah. I that's another thing. I'll come back to that. Okay. I had a studio down on a rooftop downtown LA at the time. Cool. He comes. He brings some great wardrobe. We do a great shoot. Don't think anything of it. I didn't see him for a while after that. Next thing you know, I'm watching a movie, and I see the guy. I was like, I shot that guy. The guy's in this movie. Turned out to be Miles Teller.
Which movie was it?
It was there's those 3 series. There was a 3 series of them. What is it? I forgot what it's called. There was 3 of them. He was one of the main characters.
Can we get a weigh in?
Do you know what movie those are? We have to look them on IMDb.
Yeah, okay. That's so cool though. So you just thought this guy was cool. Next thing you know, you're watching a movie. And he's right there. He's like one of the main actors in it. Yeah. But now he's like he's Goose in Top Gun. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's crazy.
The dude is he's such a talented. actor, and he deserves the success that he has. He's a great guy to work with. But my point is, you get these opportunities, you get a good vibe about somebody. They say an actor, maybe not famous yet. He wasn't famous yet.
Right, okay.
At the time. But shoot. Oh yeah, so that brings me to this. Shoot a lot.
Yeah.
As a photographer, shoot. Shoot everybody. Shoot as much as you can. Every time you meet somebody interesting, shoot them. I've done, I don't know, 4,000-5,000 photo shoots in my career, maybe more. I don't even know. And I have 30 terabytes of hard drives.
Well, can I ask you an awkward question?
Yeah, sure.
So let's say someone meets you at a bar, right? You think they're cool. You go, hey, I'd like to photograph you. Do you go, this is my rate, or do you just shoot them for free?
So if I ask somebody to shoot them, I don't charge them.
I see. Okay. That's how that works.
If somebody asks me to shoot them, I charge them.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because
absolutely makes
but
sense.
Often I do a lot of collaborations. I shoot all my friends.
Yeah.
All my friends have been photographed by me.
Lucky friends.
Yeah. Just have fun. When you shoot, have as much fun as you can. And I don't do I shoot everything. So it just depends.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow. What an amazing career. That's fun.
It's I can hardly even believe it.
Some people would just love to make money doing what they love, and you seem like somebody who's made that happen.
Absolutely.
So you must feel proud.
I'm good. I'm proud. I'm happy. I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful daughter who's 8.5 years old. I've got another daughter on the way.
I know. That's exciting.
Yep. I am busy. I'm always working. Here, I want to say something else. This goes for everybody. Photographers, directors, producers, musicians. What has worked for me is constant self-improvement. Constant. I read every day. I read books on life, on family, on business, anything I can get my hands on, how to be an executive, how to be successful. I invest in real estate. I read books on real estate. I'm constantly, how can I improve myself? Yeah. In any way possible. And that's a forever thing. Yeah. A lot of people think, oh, you go to high school, you go to college, that's it. You can't learn anymore. Yeah. No. You can learn till the end of time. You can keep learning. We are very capable beings, and that has been a very successful action. Another thing is keep your ethics in. Yeah. Everybody keep your ethics in. That's big. Yes. Your personal ethics. Yeah. And another thing is you have to keep the ethics in of the people in your circle. So obviously you need to keep your own personal ethics in. Vital. But if you get somebody in your life who's out ethics, their ethics are they're unethical. It's your believe it or not, it's your responsibility to do something about that. Yeah. Even if it's just say something, just say, hey man, cool that. That's not okay. Could be something that simple that can make an impact on somebody. That's true. So you're talking about somebody that you don't necessarily work with directly, but could be maybe doesn't affect you, but you're still going to say something. It's still going to affect you, believe it or not. Well, you're probably right because you didn't say anything, and by association. I'll give you an example. Let's say you work in an office, and there's one person who's cheating on his wife, right? He goes out and he gets drunk or whatever. Yeah. He's doing drugs, or whatever. He's cheating on his wife. That could affect something else in the business that causes the stats of the company to go down, and then you might not get your raise. Yeah. And that's just a random example, but you never know. It could be your family member, it could be your close friend, it could be your spouse. Anybody who's in your circle in your life, it's your responsibility to at least say something and try to just keep everybody's ethics in around you. It's not like you need to go out of your way. Sometimes you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. And sometimes people are just so off the rails that you can't do anything about it. Sometimes you need to disconnect from people. If you have a person that's in your life that's suppressive, that invalidates you, and they're not gonna stop. Sometimes you just need to, you know what? I've known you 15 years, but goodbye. Disconnect. Yeah. You're okay. You can. Oh, it sucks sometimes. You've gotten comfortable doing that when you have to. Sometimes you have to. Yeah. And it's not a comfortable thing. but you have to look out for yourself, your family.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've got stories, but you know, I'm not going to get into them. But I definitely look out for my daughter. My daughter's first. You know.
Yeah.
And my family. You know, so yeah, somebody's in the circle who's got a drug problem. You know, I'm gonna be like, and you know, they're hanging out with some shady people. You know. I'm sorry. First try to handle that person. Look, you got to get clean. So it doesn't happen, and dirt starts coming around your family.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Being in this industry, right? You've done pretty much everything in entertainment. Do you find that ethics suffer a little bit in this industry? More than, say, a different one?
Man, that's a great question. I do think that, well, I've been on both sides, okay? So here in LA, you need to make the decision who do you hang out with. Yes, there are some very unethical groups, no doubt, in this industry in LA. But there are also some very ethical groups in the same industry in LA. Those I've found. So you need to seek those out. Find the groups that are ethical. Yeah. Grab onto them. Look at who's successful. Yeah. Who's doing really well. You know, who is, you know, look at them. How do they look? Do they look healthy? Do they look happy? You can trust your instinct. Like you want to follow those people. You want those people to be your friends.
Well, just because they're successful also doesn't mean they didn't get there by being ethical.
Right.
Right? I mean, so it's not the success, but it's more like the happiness. Do they seem healthy, right?
But you do want to look at the successful people, because most people who are unethical are not successful.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. That's an interesting observation.
Yeah.
Like they're climbing a little, they're a little too hungry, a little too thirsty.
Yeah. But you're right about that though. Yeah. You're not wrong. Like there are some people that are extremely successful that are totally unethical.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, yeah, there's that definitely is a fact. But I think most people, they're ethical people, they are going to be more successful than the unethical people. Who do you want to work with? You want to work with somebody who you don't trust, or somebody who you trust?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah. People, I've done castings where I casted Johnson & Johnson commercial, and we saw hundreds of models. And how do you choose? We narrowed it down to 20. How do you choose between 20 extremely beautiful models with perfect skin, perfect hair? Because it was Johnson & Johnson. It was for their skin cream, national commercial. Paid a lot of money. How do you choose one? So after we did another audition, a callback, and then I literally talked to every single one of them, and you
interview them kind of.
This becomes also like you get better and better at this. You just trust your instinct. You want to find out who's healthy, who's sharp. Yeah. So when you're doing a commercial and you're going to work possibly a 12-hour day with this one person, who do you want to work with? Who do you want to spend 12 hours with?
Someone who seems easygoing, someone who seems trustworthy and sharp, right?
Yeah. And somebody who you're going to have fun with, somebody who's positive and you know, takes direction well. So you got to pick one person out of the 20. You're going to pick the one who's got it together.
Yeah. Well, so my last question is about education. So I saw you got a degree in fine arts. Is that true? Yeah. Do you think that a degree is necessary for the type of work that you do, or like some people? No.
No.
Okay.
It's I was going to school. I just love art, so I wanted to take every art class there was. I took every art class in high school and college, and architecture. So I have a double major in fine art and architecture.
And architecture.
Yeah. Wow. I thought I wanted to be an architect at first. I loved the design and the physics aspect of it. Yeah. But in the entertainment industry, I mean, the education is very important. You don't need to get a college degree to do that. But I think it definitely helps in the entertainment industry. How? As an artist.
Like how?
Well, just knowing the ropes, just knowing the process.
Yeah.
But there's like LA
Spending
Film
serious
School.
time getting to know your
Yeah,
your craft.
There's LA Film School, and there's other film schools that you can go to where that's like a 2-year thing where you actually Chapman University has a really good program.
Okay.
So if you they actually make films, and then they have a final thesis where they need to do a short film. They direct it, produce it, put the whole thing together. That's a good way. If you don't know anything, you're like just out of high school and you want to go straight into that, sure, yeah. But you can also just dive right in. This isn't everywhere. Atlanta, definitely Atlanta, some LA, London, other places. You can just go get a job as a PA and work your way up. And then you start learning everything. So you're like dive right in. A lot of people do that. You just go straight in. Yeah. No college degree. Yeah. Pick a trade. Yeah. You can join the unions like IATSE. You can join the union and you start as an electrician and then a gaffer and then you work your way up. Yeah. And you can learn. There's the photographers union too.
But is that the trajectory you would tell people was the best one? Is that the trajectory you would advise?
I don't know if any one of them is the best one. Okay. It's going to be different for everybody. Yeah. So not everybody has the money for college, or not everybody wants to go into debt for college.
Right. Yeah.
That's another thing.
That's another thing. Yeah.
So I'm not about the debt for college at all. I worked my way through college, so I never got a loan. I got my job at a local camera store. I sold cameras. Yeah, I worked at Sammy's Camera.
Sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I sold cameras. And that paid for my college.
Okay.
So, well, in addition to the GI Bill, I was in the Navy, so I got the GI Bill, and that helped a little bit, but it didn't pay for all of it. Yeah. So, I do think education is important, very important. Keep studying and learning and reading. Right? However you can get it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a college degree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you definitely should be getting involved somehow and learning somehow, but it doesn't have to be a college degree. Not that that's bad, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. So I'm sure a lot of people watching would just love to be in your shoes someday.
Oh, thank you.
What's your driving force? Tell them how you. What's the philosophy that you live with every day to get to where you got?
Wow, that is a good question. Okay.
Is it a big one?
I love it. Well, do what you love. Choose what you do. Choose what you love and do that. Like for me, I choose what's fun. I do it like photography is fun. Directing music videos is fun. Painting is fun. Stunt driving is fun. I do all these fun things. I do them because they're fun. Yeah. I love making movies. I love being in the industry. I worked as an actor for a little bit too. Every once in a while I'll book something. It's like it's a lot of fun. Like if you're not having fun at your job, do something else.
It's just that anything entertainment related, a lot of people assume that it's difficult or impossible to make money, so they go for the safe route, which is something that is very tried and tested, and it's not open to anyone's opinion whether you're good at it or bad at it. You're just you're at it. Like a desk job or something like that. So in my opinion, it's like if you do what you love and you do it for long enough, doors start to open. Is that how you feel about it? I mean, how do you get the ROI on what you love? You know what I mean?
Okay. So you have to make it happen. There's no getting discovered in the industry.
There's like a personality.
You need to be a go-getter. You need to go. You need to be driven. You have to go get it. Don't sit around and wait. Yeah. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Things in this day and age, nothing is just going to happen. You got to go out there. You have nothing to lose. Go ask people. Meet people. Yeah. Go online. I mean, you can learn so much on YouTube right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, there's online schools all over the place. Anything you want to learn, you can learn online. You can learn at home. Do it. Don't sit around and wait. Don't wait for something to happen. You have to make things happen. Whatever it is you want to know, whatever it is you want to learn. Everybody has something, like that thing that I always wanted to do. Do it. Don't wait on it.
Well, I mean, that could even mean developing your interpersonal skills, because sometimes you can have a very genius guitar player who won't go out and find a band, or who won't, they just want to be by themselves in their room. And so it does take, I guess, a certain type of personality to really get out there. And that's scary for some people. So
That's
I guess
right.
that's why there's people who make it and people who don't, but yeah.
That's right. And that also comes back to the self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Right.
self-confidence courses people can do.
Yeah.
There are things on, personal integrity, communication courses that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a self-confidence and a communication thing.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are lacking little bits of this and that, and there are anybody watching this can contact me. I'm on Facebook. You can contact me. I work with people who help people. So I know a lot of people who help people in different areas in life, whatever it might be, self-confidence or communication or raising children or having successful marriage, whatever. I have I know a lot of friends, a lot of people in this here who like to help. So I like to help. So anybody can contact me in any area they need help with if it's something like that, and I'm totally willing to help.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to drop your links below the video.
Awesome. Thank
you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
I mean, you gave us some good stuff, man.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. This is really awesome. I'm very honored, and this is sweet. I love to help people, so if I can help people.
Cool. What's your preferred way of people to follow you? Website, Instagram, where do you spend your most time?
My website is timsabatino.com. So you can see a lot of my work on there: photography, music videos, commercials, actors reels, some of that kind of stuff. I have some books that I published on my photography for sale there. And then there's my Instagram, which is Tim Sabatino Photo, and then Tim Sabatino Photo. Follow me on Instagram.
I'm already following you. Don't worry.
Thank you. That's sweet. Yeah, anybody can contact me on Instagram or Facebook. Those are probably the best ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tim Sabatino, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to The Right Track. We'll see you for the next episode. Stay tuned. Thanks again, Tim. Peace out, guys.
All right.